This is Ascending Synergy Tarot, and I'll be doing a lunar eclipse message here for you. Got my cinnamon burning here. I'm so excited, bringing that little abundance energy over our energies while we are discovering our shadow, how to incorporate our shadow, how to bring the angelic energies to our shadow self, how to integrate our shadow here. This is what this message will be comprised of. So let's get right into it here. Messages here for Geminis. What messages that you have for Gemini Spirit. Messages here for Geminis. Okay, so we have you didn't imagine it. You didn't imagine it coming out here. Interesting. Then on the bottom of the deck we have in that moment I didn't care. So with these energies coming out, I was going to say Aquarius. You can have Aquarius in your chart. It's going to involve Aquarius. Gemini, I feel like this energy is really regarding a shadow quality, regarding your impact on the world. Maybe you aren't aware of your impact and how present it is, but when you make decisions, when you make choices, when you engage with certain interactions, certain environments, you do have like a certain impact here. People really do take what you say seriously. Even if you feel like you might be joking, you could be an experimental formation. I'm thinking sometimes your shadow calls for you to be on the experimental side to see how far you can take it, how to trigger people buttons for fun. Just like certain things I'm seeing here where you may have not realized that certain triggers that you create, certain environments that is cultivated here, it kind of brings out the worst in people. It kind of brings out health issues, diseases. You're starting to realize, oh my goodness, my impact is actually really impactful, right? So I feel like there's a level of care that needs to be here. I feel like with the shadow card here, it's letting us know, like in those moments, we didn't imagine how deep this shit can really go here. I was just being funny, or I was just kind of, you know, having a certain engagement that I was fucking with, you know. I also feel like here where you guys think that you may know more than others, which that could be in fact true, right? But I definitely feel like there's another energy here regarding a more soul bonded connection here, more soul minded interactions, peace offerings here is being established, I feel like. But the soul mission, I feel like you have like a soul mission to either degenerate a culture or generate a culture here. Again, your impact is what I'm getting at here. Your impact is really heavy here, and you have a lot of responsibility behind that. And you being an air sign, I'm not really too sure how you stabilize that, how you ground that energy, how do you ground yourself, is coming up here. I feel like there's certain things that you just didn't know that you were creating. Like, I feel like you have created a monster now. You're looking at the results of it and you're just like, oh shit, like I did that. You know, again, and it's not funny. I don't know why I think that's funny, but I think some of you guys find it humorous to bring out the worst in people or bring out their shadow qualities in others. That's your shadow is bringing it out in other people and not realizing at that time you just didn't give a fuck. It was just kind of like intuitive. That's your default. That's your shadow here. Now, how do we integrate that in a positive way? you just kind of sit back and realize like what kind of monster you're making, what kind of things that you're creating. Because even regardless, for me, how I'm taking this energy is even regardless of you bringing it out, the worst or the best in somebody, they were able to really look at their shadow. So this feels like some sort of demon slayer, as they would say. Someone who's essentially like, when I think of stuff like this, I think of like the enemy of my the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So some people can look at their shadow qualities as like, oh my God, this is ugly. But you're coming in like, let me trigger the shadow so that you can realize it's not necessarily ugly. This is how you adapt to it. How do you expose yourself here? Yeah, I feel like you definitely do a really good job at triggering other people's energy here. That came out. Revenge cut came out as well. And what's the other energy here? Okay, we have Perchance to Dream. Okay, so far, okay, 20 is, what, 10, 5, okay, 6. Yeah, you guys are the first person so far, my first reading so far, to bring out the full moon energy. New moon energy. That for me incorporates a level of completion, a true understanding of what your qualities are and what your shadow is supposed to represent to the collective here. I can say, and I'm not gonna lie to you, Gemini. This is the first shadow reading I've done. Okay, and all of the signs so far, I still have like 4 more to do. Your reading didn't give me like this super intense, like, damn, you gotta work through that. I feel like your shadow actually helps other freaking people in their life. Your shadow qualities, regardless if it's underdeveloped or developed, it doesn't matter. Your shadow quality here on earth is to develop other people's shadow qualities, is to help them accept their own shadow qualities. It's something regarding your shadow that actually helps people to understand their dreams in the world, how to really pursue their dreams. You force people into some moments where they had to get really uncomfortable in their life because you kind of just having the energy of you being here, right? Kind of forces that out of them. Some of you guys are very revengeful. You are not the turn the other cheek type of person. You will shoot them. You will you will stop. You will shoot them. You will get them. You will yeah, you're not the type that's going to turn the other cheek. Not gonna lie to you, sweetheart. This is an energy where you shoot first and ask questions later here. Others of you guys, now I'm starting to see a little bit more of a energy here. I feel like some of you guys some of you shadows, not all Geminis. I think I'm now talking to a group of Geminis that shadow is completed. They have understood it. They really help people with their dreams, but they help them with their shadow energies. A real life demon slayer here regarding how to really pursue a life full of freedom, but you have to like go through this process, and you definitely assist with that. Another group of Gemini's shadow is just like, it's just a fake fucking person. Like really fake person. Like I would say, how can you define fake? Okay. In this particular instance, I find you sacrificing yourself so much for people and energies that you just don't even want to do that with. That's kind of like fake, sweetie. Like, and I know, why are you not saying no to stuff that you want to say no to? That's kind of creating this sabotaging of self taking place here. You forgetting about yourself, your needs, your wants, your duties, your crafts, your talents, your skills. Because you want to kind of keep this facade of I'm a good person up. Gemini, those days are long gone. I'm starting to realize you're starting to get into this place of certain things just can't be swept under the rug, right? Certain things do require revenge. You feel me? There's certain things where you're just allowing people to do to you or say to you, or expect of you, that you're just following suit. And I feel like right now some of you guys are like in this battle between really honoring your own desires versus what you feel like the image of you being by not accepting your desires or not accepting what's truly there for you here. Some of you guys are absolutely in superficial relationships, superficial friendships, surface based as hell, not really honoring what your true values are, really settling here. So spirit is actually like digging this up for you not to like move in this fake facade life. I don't think spirit wants you in a space where over time you look back over your life and be like, damn, I really don't feel fulfilled because I've been keeping up this image for as long as I tried and completely denied my own wants and needs here. So I feel like that life cycle is completely over for some of you Geminis. You have already learned this lesson for sure. Some of you guys have definitely completed a cycle here, which is awesome. Congratulations to you. Let's get some tarot here. So we have King of Pentacles here. Feels like a husband. 4 Wands in reverse. 6 of Cups in reverse. Child. Okay. I feel like, okay, so this is going in so many directions, so I only have a couple of minutes. For me, this represents stability. I said a husband, I'll get to that in a little bit. This represents like a firm tree for me. This King of Pentacles reminds me of a firm, stable tree that generates a lot of fruit, a lot of wealth, accumulation, saving, procuring, all of that type of dynamic. I feel like you don't want to risk your security by challenging your unknown desires or challenging your unknown skill sets. This is going to create some havoc in your life. You're going to create a little bit of resentment and even like come in this you might even like behave in a very revengeful format because you're not really truly honoring what your desire is, the need to leave. You go back and forth with if this is true security, but am I happy in this secure energy? It's very obscure. Like, I get it. I feel you. That's a very tough decision to ask oneself. I'm secure, but I'm not happy. This isn't actually the security I desire, even though it's secure. What do I do? How do I change this narrative? Some of you guys find yourself in relationships or relationships that are actually pretty stable. I just don't think that you really necessarily care, right? Remember, at that moment, I don't care. I don't think you care about this type of security. I think that you have saw so much insecurities growing up, where maybe you could have had like poverty in mind. Something happened where it wasn't as secure as you are now, so you keep the security around you, but it's not like generating the happiness here. It's like somebody who goes to work every day and they just hate their job, but it's security. But this is creating bad memories. This is creating unfulfillment. This is going to catch up to you. At that moment, we may not care, and we might imagine how deep this is going to trigger our emotional body, but it will. This is actually the makings of bad character developing here. Also, for some Geminis, this is about you having this fetish of fucking on people's married partners, people who are committed. You genuinely, something about it. I don't know. Again, this is not for everybody, so just don't apply. Let it fly. But for some Gemini shadows, this is about people who are really turned on when they realize someone else is married or in a relationship, they're a little bit more turned on, and it's giving homewrecker energy, okay? That's for a small portion. But for the most part, the energy I'm seeing for you, Gemini, is, again, you have this ability to shine bright like a diamond. You are a visionary. You have you have star power. You're able to help people move through some really tumultuous times in their life on a spirit level, on a physical level. I see a lot of traveling here. Like, you have some dreams that you want to bring into your reality here. I'm seeing if you are a creative, you like to go on tour, you like to explore your options, you like to fly and hang and and just and be in rhythm of life as you come and go here on earth. And that's the truth, Ruth. That's the fucking real shit here. And I feel like stability, which is so precious, I feel like you help people open up their eyes to a whole new life here. It's triggering as hell to them. They could have never imagined the shit you talk about, because you're talking a whole nother language to them, right? They only know one part of their life. You're exploring so much other parts here where they're just kind of like, what the fuck? Also, Gemini, I feel like some of you guys are actually moving, are actually going to be doing a lot of traveling soon, maybe selling a house here as well, and moving forward. Even though it's a sad occasion, this is actually like a really great chance to like get into some really risky behavior and joining forces with the flow of life here. Somebody feels like that doesn't make any sense. How can we live like this when we don't have like a groundness energy here? It's very interesting. It feels like you might be debating with a husband or a spouse, a wife or a mother or father here regarding, hey, I want to leave home. I want to go explore what my options are. And you just have parents who are just like, absolutely not. That doesn't make any sense. How's that going to generate money? How's that going to create stability about yourself? Somebody like could perhaps want to go through a divorce. Parents are like, no, why would you do that? You're messing up your stability, your foundation. It's just these kind of moments here where you have been influenced a lot, Gemini, throughout your life, of what you feel like you couldn't do because people thought it was just kind of stupid or didn't make any sense. And I feel like that developed like this lack of care in you for yourself and with others as well here. So definitely feel like the Lunar Eclipse energy is kind of shining a light on all of that. So let's wrap this up with some angelic energy, some light body energy here. The energy people love to stay in. So you're also the first reading. I got two of these. So the first one is that popped out, when if in doubt, ask for inspiration from above. Your authority is with spirit. Your true nature is with spirit. Let's say Capricorn, because this could involve Capricorn. You have it in your chart. But this is, you're not alone here. This is about really, truly trusting the process, trusting yourself. You can't, I feel like you just had a parent that, whether they were feminine or masculine, this is even giving me like a feminine energy who is very masculine in what you should or should have not done, and you did it anyway. That's why your shadow really helps others in this life cycle here, really perching for their dreams here, really helping people expose their own shadow so that they can actually move forward in a very, very prosperous way here. But they have to go through the ugliness of the childhood abandonments, the fucked up childhood memories, realizing the broken homes, and realizing even through all of that how to ground yourself and stand strong like a tree in the root systems so that you can really truly shine, helping people to really get to the truth of the matter of themselves here through triggering their asses. Through triggering their asses. Let them tell it, Gemini. They don't want, she triggers me or he triggers me. He did this. It's not that. You just probably set them up for some insight that they have not been yet aware of themselves here. Be quite honest with you. It's given a little bit. I like it. I don't know. Like, I have no judgment over this energy. I genuinely appreciate people like this. You know, it takes a very mature energy to appreciate this kind of energy here. An immature person is obviously going to be opposing this energy. With you only being the only sign that has the new moon, which literally shows me that there's a true completion of understanding what your shadow is. It's safe to say that you guys are truly miracle workers. You guys can make some real shit happen here, and you can help generations to come get out of it. You were true. When you were mad, you were big mad. When it was time to go, you had to go. When it was time to be stable, you were super stable. Now it's time to follow some dreams. Now it's time to follow your truth. Now it's trying to follow some things that's coming to light with you of developing yourself in a way more creative, way more substantial way here. So I loved your reading. I was very, very light-bodied. I appreciate you guys so much, your energy that you contribute to this world. Both, I'm feeling like Aries, Taurus, and Gemini so far is actually quite interesting. The pattern I'm seeing is that all three of you guys really have like this beautiful heroic energy that you use from your shadow qualities, and I just genuinely fucking appreciate people like y'all. So thank you so much for your service. Love you guys. Take care. Peace.